Hey, what's up, kids? I got a 2004 Nissan Murano, and we're doing wheelbarrows. These guys got 4 bolts holding it in. First thing you want to do here, I recommend, is taking out the wheel speed sensor. It's a 10mm bolt right here, holding it in. Just want to take out that 10mm bolt, pull that out so you don't damage it. And after that, first thing I like to do is take out the axle nut, and right after that, you gotta take out this little cotter pan. Use some side cutters. Pull that out. Take that off. It's probably gonna be like a 33. That might be a 34, 36. And chew. We're gonna take this off with the impact, and then after we take this bolt off, you want to take off this right here and the rotor. I don't take off the caliper, I just take off the rotors. So I just take off the big bolts for the caliper bracket. It's 1, 2, and those are 19mm. Yeah, those are 19mm. And then I loosen those up, and then I'll take like a pry bar and like pry it against the rotor and just push the piston back to open it up. So when I put this back on the rotor, it slides on easy, and I don't have to like fight it on there. So what I'm talking about is we do it right here. Sometimes this when I do brake jobs, this is how I compress the piston. I just pry bar like that, just a little bit. Then I'm gonna hit inside here this little hole. I'm gonna use, you can use a whatever inside. Don't hit flat on this right here and mess up the threads, because you'll mess up the axle nut threads. So hit inside the hole. I usually use like an air hammer with the, let's see, this guy right here on the air hammer. Hitting there, push it back, and then we're gonna go for the bolts on the back. There's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one's over there on the other side, right there. But it's easier to get to them if you push this axle and push it back and get the axle out the way. It'll be a lot easier to get to the bolts. And I like to use if we push it back and we got room, then we can use a 1/2-inch drive maybe. I like to use a 1/2-inch drive if I could. Sometimes you gotta use a 3/8 drive socket and an extension to get in there. And then I'll usually try to hit these 2 right here. So I'll try to get this bolt, and then I might turn the wheel and get these 2. So this is a 36mm. Okay. Now if you don't have the impact gun, then what you have to do is, usually, I mean, there's a couple of ways to do it here. You could have someone step on the brakes and then just use a breaker bar, or you put the wheel back on, take out this right here, and then go through that hole with the wheel on the ground so that it doesn't spin. And then you can break it that way. Okay. Take these 19s out. Just gonna set this to the side. Pull this off. Let me just leave that right there. Then, oh, that pushed back. Usually what I do is take a hit it with an air hammer or just use a Phillips screwdriver or something like that. Now we can get to these bolts right here. Looks like they're gonna be 17s. So I'm gonna try to use a 1/2 inch drive with a maybe I can get in there with this setup right here. Like they need an axle too. That grease is coming out there. I need to replace that boot. Just replace the whole axle probably after it starts knocking. So I was able to get in there with a 1/2 inch drive. It's 17mm with a swivel and a little extension. Take out these two with the impact. Now what I'm gonna do is turn the wheel to the right side. And then we're gonna get the bolts on the other side. And don't forget, make sure you take out that wheel speed sensor, which I still have not done. But go ahead and take that out before you start beating on this right here and try to pull it out, so we can get to it a lot easier now. So we'll go ahead and do that. So then I just came in here with the impact. Took out this one and that one. There's bolts. Now this right here seems like it's just gonna come off real easy. Don't forget the orientation of the dust shield. I like to clean up in here. So I spray it with a little grease, a little lubricant. Now sometimes this, and then you might want to clean this off too. So kind of want to remember how this is oriented also. So your wheel speed sensor has to go in that groove right there. So just make sure when you put it on, you got a groove where the wheel speed sensor is. That groove right there needs to line up with that wheel speed sensor when you put the new one on. So just do a little wire brush or whatever. I'm about to pick this up with my hand here. Anyways, you get the point. So I'm gonna have to use two hands to get the bottom of it. Then after that, hit it with the brake cleaner. Then hit it with some lubricant. Okay. So cleaned it up, sprayed it with the brake cleaner, carburetor cleaner. Then I hit it with a lubricant. I also like to hit the spindles and the thread with lubricant also, so that it, if you ever got to take this off again, it comes off easy just like it did this time. Now if you put this in, you do this way or this way, right? So if you do this, that's wrong, because there's no place for the wheel speed sensor. So you gotta flip it 180, make sure you got that groove there for the wheel speed sensor. It lines up right there. And to put this on, sometimes it's easier if you straighten out the wheel when you put it on. And then you just hand tighten everything first. So put these in, put the wheel speed sensor in, put these in, all the bolts are in. Don't forget your washer. Now the customer specifically stated they wanted this thing torqued, and the measurement is 92 foot-pounds. So whenever you're looking at it, 90 and then 2. So you want the 90 to line up with that line, and then 2 right there. So it's 92 foot-pounds. So just want to do it until it clicks. So hurry quick. That's it. Okay, now put the rotor on. So put the rotor on, slide this on, put them up. Now make sure that the brake line is straight. If you get that kinked, you know, you put the caliper on like kink like that, it'll cause brake failure. You'll have like some problems with your brakes. So if you ever put that caliper on and it's kinked up, you'll have a brake, you'll have issue right here. Like it won't get the right amount of pressure here. Okay, tighten that up. Put this back on, and I'll probably get a different cotter pin. I think I got some better ones. Stick a cotter pin in there, and that's it. Wheels. So this is a wheel bearing. Oh yeah, and don't forget your when you. Sometimes I leave these out. These dust shields. I mean, you don't really need them, but don't, you know, before you put your wheel bearing on, make sure you got your dust shield if you want it. Okay, but that's basically it. So this is a wheel bearing on a 2004 Nissan Murano.